Hello Cardfighters and welcome to Vanguard Jossu, and my name is Jossu. So during the recording of this video, it's been 2 days since we got our product live stream from Bushiroad, and I want to talk about the overdress news. And yeah, because we got encounter cards, we got uh, some information about the start decks and the first booster set, and lastly, we're going to talk about Lyrical Monasterio. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the start decks and the booster pack, because Bushiroad posted an important notice. So, if you see in the picture here on the screen, it says that they will continually be important moving forward. This includes the ride units, the trigger units from this is from the start deck, and pretty much every card from the booster pack. So this means that we're going to get support for these two sets as we are moving forward with overdress. And I really like this move because it pretty much gives the importance of the first booster pack, and especially the start decks. So it's also new player friendly because whenever you start playing the game, either you're early or you're late, you're going to get the support that you need. So I really like this, and I just hope that we're not going to get a lot of power creep moving forward. And to those who may not know what power creep is, it's pretty much the situation wherein the newer cards are so good that they make the old ones pretty bad. So I hope that they don't do this. But yeah, I mean, if you think about they already talked about not doing that much power creep. So yeah, I'm going to believe in Bushiroad for this. So overall, it's pretty good. So now that we're done with this first set, we're moving on to the second booster set, A Brush with the Legends, because there is something that we're going to have to talk about. And with that in mind, let's move on. So the second thing I want to talk about is this. These are encounter cards. So these encounter cards are included in the second booster set, A Brush with the Legends, and we see two new units, but they are at least new if you're very new to the game. However, if you're an old player, we can see that these two units are Dragonic Overlord on the left and Phantom Blaster Dragon on the right. So these units, these encounter cards, they can be used in two formats. We have the standard era, which is the overdress era, and the standard format, and then we have the V premium format, which includes the V series cards. So in this next picture, as you can see, the clan and the nation is stated on the card. So it means that they can go to their respective decks. And yeah, this card also shows another old card, which is Dragon Knight Nehalem. And another thing, if we look at the bottom right, we can see that these encounter cards aren't going to be released again until the March of 2022. So what do I think about this? To be honest, I'm really not excited about encounter cards. I mean, yeah, if you like these cards, then go ahead. But for us older players, we've seen enough of this nostalgia cards already. But I'm going to admit that I really don't hate them. They're just not my favorite thing about the overdress. And the fact that we're not going to get these frequently is a good thing, because lore-wise, they totally make sense. So we don't have to see these cards often. And overall, encounter cards are half enough for me. So before we move to the next segment, I just want to say that I'm very excited to talk about this because I'm just really hyped about this. Because on the next segment, we're going to talk about the sixth nation. And with that in mind, let's go. So the last thing I want to talk about is Vanguard's sixth nation, Lyrical Monasterio. And the first thing I want to talk about it is the lore. So if you look at this picture right here, Lyrical Monasterio is pretty much a giant city sitting atop of a giant whale flying above Cray. And this city is filled with schools in which these schools have students who are aspiring idols from all around the world. It doesn't matter what their race is, their gender is, or how old they are. As long as they want to be idols, they are happily accepted at Lyrical Monasterio. So what does this mean? So it pretty much means that Lyrical Monasterio isn't limited to mermaids. And I'm really excited about what Bushiroad can do. If I'm going to hope for something here, I'm going to hope that we're going to get male rappers for Lyrical Monasterio because that's going to be cool. We're not going to get more idol-like music, but we're going to get into the hip-hop genre of music. But yeah, we're going to see what kind of units that they're going to do in the future of Vanguard. So since we've got the lore covered, let's go to the products. So the first product that they showed is the trial deck. And the trial deck is called Lyrical Monasterio. And yes, it's the same name as the nation. And as we can see from this art, it includes the boss unit, Astasize Kairi. Then if we look at the other units, so if we look at the picture here, we can see that Astasize Kairi is on the top middle. Then if we look at the top right, we see Astasize Kanami. Then on the top left, we see Astasize Kiora. Then on the bottom right, we see Astasize Mion. Then the starter, the bottom middle, is Misa. And finally, the critical trigger on the bottom right is Astasize Nanami. So as you can see that these units are schoolgirls, and these schoolgirls fit in the lore of Lyrical Monasterio, as you can see from the past reading. So I'm honestly excited about what they can do, and who knows, maybe we can see something more. I hope the playstyle of this is good. If I'm going to guess a playstyle, it's probably bouncing. By bouncing, I mean putting a card from the field back into the hand, because Bermuda did the same thing before. So maybe we're going to get that as a introduction to Lyrical Monasterio. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. So next is the booster set. So as you can see from the booster set art, we get to see Yu dressed up as a girl. Then we get to see the 4 units. First, we have Roroneroru, who is the cat girl on top, and she is a war beast. Then from left to right at the bottom, we get to see my favorite one so far, Clarissa, who is a Dragoroid. Then we have Wirista, the purple-haired human. Then Ferrutirosa, who is a vampire. So also included in this booster set is the trial deck units who are in their idol forms. So these are pretty much in their alternate art, so their skills wouldn't change as we've seen before. And yeah, they're just included in this booster set. But other than these units, we also get to see the overtriggers. So for Lyrical Monasterio's overtriggers, we have 3 so far. First, we have Guri Zairu, who is an angel. Then we have Esperanza, who is a human. Then Romia and Rumia, who are mermaids. And these arts look so good. Not gonna lie, I'm actually speechless by this. I'm looking at it right now. And my favorite overtrigger art so far is Esperanza. And I'm very excited about what they can do, because since we have different overtriggers, maybe they have their own skills. So we're going to have to see. So that's going to be it for the reveals of the booster set and the trial deck. And what do I think? To be honest, I'm really excited for Lyrical Monasterio, and I'm actually surprised by this, because the first time I heard about Lyrical Monasterio, I was like, okay, this is the mermaid deck. But no, they actually changed it. So I'm actually interested in playing Lyrical Monasterio. I hope that their playstyles it's pretty good. I hope it is. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm stuttering a bit right now. I'm just pretty speechless about Lyrical Monasterio because I'm actually very hyped. So are you guys hyped as well? You can tell us in the comments. And since we wrapped up everything that Bushiroad has revealed about overdress so far, let's finally go to the outro. And that is going to be it for this video. So Bushiroad gave out a lot of news, but I wanted to cover the overdress side of things. And yeah, overall, I'm really excited for every single one of them. So what about you? Are you excited? Just put them in the comments down below. And since it's also made the 14th during the recording of this video, have you bought your start decks? Or are you having any trouble choosing your start deck? Well, if it's the latter, you can always check the description down below or check out my channel and watch the video about how I talk about which start deck you should buy. I hope that video helps you, but there are also other content creators who are also good at doing Vanguard videos, such as Different Fight and Vanguard Insider. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like the video, you can hit the like button if you want, you can subscribe if you want, and maybe hit the notification bell. Either way, it's your choice. So again, thank you everyone for watching, and my name is Jossu, and this is Vanguard Jossu, and yeah, again, it's time for me to sign off. Bye bye.